listening to the Real Life Trading Pre-Market Day Trading Show. You're listening to the Real Life Trading Pre-Market Day Trading Show.
Good morning, everybody. How is it going? This is Johnny Warko, and this is your Real Life Trading Pre-Market Show. What is happening? It's March 25th. Hope you all are having a stupendous week. It's Aloha Friday here in Aloha land, and I'm so happy. What is happening, everybody? Woo, everybody's piling in this morning. Greg, how you doing, buddy? What is happening? Douglas KK, my man. Whoo, my buddy, my good friend. I miss you, man. You need to get your butt back out here. Tana is here again. Good morning to you. How is it going? Mr. Mark Smith. Not yet, Mr., but Mark Smith, how is it going, buddy? Looking forward to talking to you this weekend. Albert Chen, what is going on? All right. Yeah, Greg, I'm doing great, man. Thank you very much. I got back to work this week, which is kind of hard to do. But I'm back in the saddle again. Yeah, man. I don't think that back to work is going to happen very much longer, but I might have to throw a surprise at you here coming up pretty soon. Yeah, I got to join my buddy Doug KK. Mr. Knutson Keller can't retire without me. Mark Smith says, beautiful day over there in Germany. All right. Hope all is going well. Hope you've been studying and ready to rock. Mark Smith is in my new mentor group starting this Saturday, so I'm excited to have him. Albert, man, where were you? Me and Jeremy just like tore the slopes up. Well, anyway, Jeremy was hauling ass down the slopes, and I was doing everything I could to keep up with him. He's a wild man. He actually took some lessons too. I didn't know that. So yeah, took some lessons on the snowboard, and he's cranking, man. I was pretty proud of myself though, man, because this is really like the first time I've been able to keep up with him. So we shredded some blues, had some moguls, had a lot of moguls, man, going on there at Whistler. I think it was cut up by a lot of skiers. It was spring break there, so it was there were skiers on the slope, and it was snowing, and it was just beautiful. Thanks for asking. Sorry, you get me going on Whistler, and I'm gonna go off on a tangent. Anyway, yep. Let's take a look at, yeah, it is absolutely a great ski area. Douglas been there too? Wow. So Matt 4 TTR, what shall I call you? It's not at Matt. All right. You know, you got a 4 in there, right? M4TT. That's a pretty cool call sign. We just have to figure out something to call you. M4, I kind of like that. Anyway, let's go look what's going on the SPY. So last week, we were talking about the breakout of this little triangle, little wedge thing going on. I didn't want that. You know, Johnny and my little indicators here. I'll catch on one of these days. We had this nice triangle, I think, going on here. And we broke out of that. Seems like bouncing right up into some big moving averages. But if this could be a wave one, that would be a sweet thing. Get a little bit back of a retest. Seems like today we're going to kind of normally bounce around like we do a lot on Fridays. It's Aloha Friday, so you know, people are happy, people are bouncing around and dancing and doing all them crazy things, but Yeah, I think we got a lot of volume came in here, kind of started tapering off as one would expect as we got up in here into a little bit of resistance. So that makes sense as far as volume's concerned. Think we might bounce around a little bit, pull back a little bit, maybe, and then hopefully next week punch on out of there. That would look good. But yep, don't know what everybody got excited about, but it's been a heck of a couple weeks, right? Matt says Tesla will just keep moving up. Yep, back up over 1,000. All right. Does it sound kind of a little bit echoey to you guys compared to usually? Because I'm having some work done in my office. I had to take all kinds of junk out of here. My bookshelves are empty. I feel like I have an echo in my head. Mark says not. Sounds good. All right. Thank you, Douglas. All right. Appreciate it. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking on SPY. Obviously, you got, a little bit of head bumping up in here, right? We failed there twice. Going to bump up against the 100. Thank you, Albert. So gapping up today, retest gap. We'll keep an eyeball on that. Qs, the Susie Qs, kind of the same look as the SPY, pretty dang close. Moving averages a little bit different. You got that resistance up here. You got a gap and go, a retest gap this morning. 3 o'clock in the morning, my tongue doesn't work all that well. So excuse my babbling. Yeah. So should be able to punch up, hit that little bit of resistance, mess around a little bit, but same kind of thing on the volume profile. By the way, on the SPY, man, I hope it doesn't come true. I'm starting to enjoy this bullish run again. But by the way, we do have this gap, which just so happens to keep disappearing on my screen. I don't know what is wrong with my trading view. Anyway, we got this gap. You've heard me talk about gaps 853 times before, maybe more for people like Douglas KK. But that's a pretty big gap on the SPY. And the SPY does not like to have gaps go unfilled. If you go back and look at the history of the SPY, pretty hard to find some gaps that are unfilled. There are a few. They're not too big. Let's see right here. Got a tiny little kind of gap there. Matt saying there was a chart that showed a similarity between now and 2018. So yeah, man, we can something kind of like that. Yeah. Got a bunch of chop in here, came on back down. And let's see if we have any gaps that were filled over here. Just out of curiosity. So we had this little gap right here that got filled. It looks like. Oops, wrong tool, Johnny. I make my gaps orange if you see orange lines on my chart, but yeah. Looks like that got filled, didn't it? Huh, how about that? Yep, so it looks kind of very similar to today, right? Today's gap. And that looks pretty similar to what went on there in 2018. Got a bunch of chop, came up here, and then we came on back down. So let's just keep that in mind. Yeah, because up in here, I don't think people were believing me. So as we were climbing up in here, we had a bunch of gaps in here. And I said, you know what? I have a feeling we're going to hit up here around 500 and then come back and fill those gaps. And that seemed like a long ways away, you know, from 480 down here to, at the time, like 440. That was a big old hunkin' retest. We're talking, yeah, about 9% or so. So if we went over here, and I got to go take a look at our stocks of the day pretty soon here. If we go like this, so that's about a 10% move down to there. Matt's asking, what is the price range of the SPY? So we got about $8 in a day. What do we got in a month? Listen, I was wondering about you. I didn't get to talk to you on Monday. How you doing, buddy? So we got on a month, we got about $28. Just out of curiosity. If we went $28-ish. $28 is only down into here. So yeah, we could maybe over Maloney would love this if we're talking about bearishness, but yeah, just something to keep in mind out. I'm going to keep that on the chart, but yeah, this could take us down here in about a month and a half, 2 months. So that would bring us into May, June timeframe, maybe. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm doing awesome, man. Lucien, thank you very much. Appreciate you asking. All is good here. You know, did you know that Marta is getting ready to move out in your territory? I talked to her the other day. I'm so excited for her. So yeah, she's moving over there in the Clearwater area somewhere. What's happening, Johnny X? How are you, buddy? Yep, pretty close to you, bruh. You guys are going to have to do some partying meetups, have some people over, talk some stocks. All right, let's go figure out what we're doing here on our stocks of the day. Anyway, so we got a bunch of bullishness, bunch of bullish candles the last couple of weeks, and we got a retest gap both on the SPY and the Qs. So that's a pretty good little recap there. Let's move on to Roblox. Oh my goodness. I have no idea. I'm serious. Y'all probably think I'm nuts, but this was all set up, ready to go. Now we got to do a set it up again because you know my green lines based on that 10 EMA strategy. We got to break the high and the low here to trade it before the first hour. So those green lines are yesterday's high and low. I don't understand why, you know, on the SPY, and I have autosave on here. Save, autosave, all is good. Let me hit Control S. That should be saved. Yeah, my lines disappear. Greg says, so what did you do at the party last night? We back traded Tesla. Awesome. I wasn't at a party last night, Mr. Hill. I was probably in the JOB and then had some stuff after work, but yeah, I missed that party, unfortunately. Anyway, here's Roblox. Right now we are, you can see gapping down a little bit. We have a little bit of a bearish gap and go because yesterday's close was about 51. We're gapping down to about 50-ish right now. we're kind of bouncing all around there pre-market. Pre-market, we were up above pre-market, extended hours, pre-market. You can see we're up above that green line. So now we're down below that green line. So we're not able to trade that yet. We'll have to wait for that bad boy, but you can see got 3 nice bullish candles in a row. Got hammered yesterday, but volume has been tapering off a little bit. So not the greatest hammer in the world. It's not really at support either. We love our hammers when they're at support and they got volume. Yeah, so we'll keep an eye on Roblox. You'll see green tickers here for my stocks that are good to go. And by the way, we should welcome our YouTube fans out there. We are live on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. We go over some stocks in the morning. We trade this 10 EMA strategy, which we're required to have a breakout before we can trade that. And we're only following these 6 stocks here in the real life trading moderators right now for this month. Probably will for the rest of the year unless Mr. Newsome changes his mind, but we'll go over that 10 EMA strategy as we trade. But if y'all want to trade with us every day, come see us at reallifetrading.com. Check it out. And we'd love to have you on the team. All right. We'll go check out the Delta. So you can see Delta, we are getting that squozen thing going on. We got all kinds of EMAs right in here, not only the daily EMAs, as you can see them, we got that squeeze, that compression going on, but we also have all the weekly EMAs up here above us. So we'll see if we can eventually break out there. You know, the other thing I meant to tell y'all was a lot of stocks, if you check it out, a lot of stocks have this gap. Obviously, when the SPY gapped, a lot of stocks gap with it. So that's why I'm feeling a little itchy about getting a pullback here. So I'm keeping an eyeball on that. We got nice, strong trends going if you look at the RSI on all these stocks. So maybe all this, these moving averages, you got resistance up there. So I don't know if we're going to maybe we're going to pull back and do a big old double bottom. That wouldn't be too bad either. So, yep, got that gap. We'll keep an eye. Right now, it's a retest gap, meaning we think that it probably will come back and retest somewhere before it punches up. Not 100% necessarily all the time, but that's what usually a retest gap does. Yeah. So right now we're good to go. It's gapping above yesterday's high, so we can trade that right off the bat. We got Apple. Apple's kind of back and forth above and below yesterday too. You can see we finally broke out of this descending channel also. We'll get rid of that. We broke out of that descending wedge that we were in, broke out of that, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles that are white and bullish in a row here. Look at this volume. So looking like Apple is heading up here, at least for this target up here at 177. Y'all are talking about partying, man. Woo, I need to get on the party bus and come to Florida. Check out, do some Disney World with Lucen. That's going to happen soon. Yeah, I think actually I talked to Jeremy, obviously, a lot on our little ski retreat, him and I. So I think Orlando may be becoming a place of retreats in the near future. Lucen, you'll be happy to hear that. And I use S, plural, retreats. Anyway, right now we are gapping down a little bit, just a hair, but like I say, we're back and forth there. It is all them white bullish candles in a row. So we'll see. 10 is way down here. See when we get a retest of that 10. All right, let's move on. Right now, since we're gapping down below yesterday's high, we're not green cleared to go yet. So AMD, man, AMD caught on fire yesterday. I think Intel, if I'm not mistaken, had a nice big bullish candle yesterday too. We talked about, by the way, we talked about these breakouts of these triangles. So this on the bullish side says potentially we could get all the way up there. Wedges like to usually break out about that length of where they start the wedge. So that's a little artsy thing that I use. So I would look for some targets up in here, but that's more of an artsy thing than a scientific thing. But whatever you want to use, whatever blows your skirt up. So yeah, we got some good volume coming in. AMD and Apple and Intel just looking really strong right now. Looks like we got at least a target up here to this high here, which is about 124.5. And right now, just like Apple, we're bouncing around. We got a retest, or I'm sorry, a gap and go down. It's coming down a little bit now. You can see we got a bunch of hunking stuff in the way down here to hold it up. So we may be coming down here and staying inside day on the techies today. We'll keep an eye on that. Yeah. So looking by bullish, nice little trend here, nice little compression breakout yesterday. So we'll see if we can continue up to this target or whether we pull back and just hang out, wait for that 10 to catch up. Maybe we'll keep an eye on that. NVIDIA, same kind of big old bullish candle yesterday with lots of volume coming in up towards that target. If I was bullish down here in on NVIDIA, I'd have this as one of my first targets anyway, looking to take some off there. So probably saw some selling off yesterday. Yeah, you can see when it got up into this high, had a little bit of selling off after hours, sold off a little bit. So right now, same like Apple, AMD, pulling back a little bit of a gap and go. I'm feeling another inside day Friday. I don't know. We had some good volume come in this week. So I don't know if a bunch of people are going to be taking their profits and running today, or because we are up near some targets. Anyway, NVIDIA, we got to take that little green weenie off that AMD because it's not ready to roll yet. And Tesla, inside day, not doing much right now on Tesla, but you can see Tesla looking kind of like Apple-ish. Bunch of, is that 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 big old white bullish candles running up into a little bit of resistance here. At least we're above that 100 moving average. Don't have anything else in our way. So that looks pretty nice. Let's throw a fib there. See what we got going on. Take a fib from here to here. So you can see that's pretty interesting. If you take a fib on this trend right here, you can see we're right at the 618 retracement. Very interesting. So, yeah, that could mean compression and or just maybe hanging out a little bit. But I'm glad I ran that fib there on Tesla. Pretty cool how that's right at the 618. All right, let me get my screens here ready to go because we're getting close to launch time. Get it on the official day trades. So, yep, Tesla just hanging out now too. So the only one that we're really cleared hot on is Delta Airlines. And Delta, see where Delta is. Delta right now looking like it's even back down there. So I'm going to take this off. Once the market opens, we'll fire it up and recheck all those and see what is good to go. But right now, let's check out a little bit of futures action. See what's going on the futures. So I had a big run up overnight, coming back looking like we're retesting. So that's why most of those stocks are pulling back a little bit now. But futures on the S&P looking very bullish. Let's throw a fib on there just out of curiosity. I'm a curious kind of guy. So we could get a pullback down here. Get a pullback down here, then we're going to have a lot of gap and goes on our stocks. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll see if we do something like this and pop, or whether we just continue down and head down towards this target down here. It is Friday. It's Aloha Friday. All right. I think let's go check out the SPY one more time, and we can see. So we can see the SPY starting to pull back a little bit there, pre-market also, along with the futures. So we could see if we can get a bounce out of there or not. All right. I'm going to say aloha to our YouTube folks. Hope you guys picked up something, and we'd love to have you on the team. Like I said, just check us out at reallifetrading.com. My name is Johnny Guarco. If you ever have any questions, you can reach me at johnny@reallifetrading.com. That's JONNY. And yeah, go check it out. All kinds of free stuff over there. I think you'll be impressed. We'd love to have you. Until we talk to you on Monday, we hope you guys have a great weekend. Aloha.